they're making the same mistake they always make. They're making the same mistake they make every time. When he fought Wilder, it was Wilder AJ, and he overturned him. When he beat Zhang, it was supposed to be Wilder Zhang, but he overturned him. They're making the same.
Andy Lee confidently asserts that Joseph Parker's intelligence will surpass Daniel Dubois' raw power, demonstrating that brains can indeed outmatch brawn in the heavyweight division. Andy Lee has been open about Joseph Parker's chances against Daniel Dubois, with the two set to face off in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, on February 22, 2025. As the fight approaches, there has been much debate on how it will unfold. For Lee, the key to Parker's success is his boxing intelligence, a quality he believes will give him the upper hand.
Same mistake they make every time.
Lee boldly claims that Joseph Parker's intelligence will outclass Daniel Dubois' raw power, proving brains really can beat brawn in the heavyweight division.
You hear this, Andy, as the trainer, right? You're the one that has to get Joseph ready for this guy. And it is a new Daniel Dubois that we are seeing.
We know what Daniel has, a great jab, great power, speed, somewhat, maybe not as fast as Joe, hand speed, not as good as footwork as Joe. And what Joe has is intelligence. He's a clever, clever fighter, and that's how we diffuse the power of
2 wins, 2 losses, and 21 knockouts. The British fighter has earned a reputation as one of the hardest hitters in the heavyweight division, having already challenged.
I think once the fight comes there, he'll be trained for the fight and he'll be focused on Joe. I hope he's focused on Joe. I hope he is, because I know Joe can win either way. Even if he is or isn't like overlooking him, I know Joe can beat Dubois. But it's an interesting one because subconsciously once that's set in your mind, you're always looking ahead, so whatever. If he is, he is. If he's not, I don't care about it really. Just focus on my man and getting him ready for it.
You're 100% confident Joseph Parker becomes a two-time
Parker, suggesting that the New Zealander may struggle to handle the power Dubois brings. He believes that Dubois has made significant improvements in recent years, becoming a more well-rounded fighter, and that his desire to win surpasses Parker's. Chisora's prediction positions Dubois as the one to beat in this matchup. On the other hand, Tony Bellew has offered a more balanced perspective, acknowledging Dubois' power while also praising Parker's punching ability. Bellew argues that while Dubois possesses a dangerous knockout punch, Parker's strength is often underrated. In fact,
about Joe Joyce, what happened?
I was sick.
What happened there?
And what about Joe Joyce for you? What happened there?
It's different. It's different. My
it wasn't
fight
different. I went in there, right? He should have knocked me out in the first round.
Yeah.
I was sick. I went 11 rounds. Do you expect this to be a tough challenge?
I'll rise to the occasion, whatever it is. I'll be better than him in every department. Strength
and adaptability in the ring. Adam Smith, a close associate of Parker's camp, has also praised the New Zealander's preparation for the fight. According to Smith, Parker is in peak physical condition and has been refining his skills with his top-tier training team. While acknowledging Dubois' recent momentum, Smith is confident that Parker's experience and mental readiness will be the deciding factors. He believes that the former world champion's ability to remain composed under pressure will be crucial to his success, suggesting that Parker's experience and ability to handle the intensity of big occasions.
And now what he has, which people are underestimating as well, he has added size. I've felt it every day in the pads. And you're going to see it, you're going to see it, you're going to see it.
And I'll be just building away, myself, Andy and George.
Beater highlights Parker's superior boxing intelligence and movement. While acknowledging Dubois' raw power as a significant threat, Beater believes that Parker's ability to box intelligently, avoid heady punches, and execute a solid strategy will allow him to outlast Dubois, especially if the fight goes the distance. Beater also notes that Dubois is a fighter who relies heavily on his power to secure a quick finish, but Parker's ability to neutralize this threat with smart boxing and ringcraft could enable him to take control as the fight unfolds.
Parker next month in Riyadh. Who do you think wins that fight?
My money's on Daniel.
Do you reckon he stops Joseph Parker?
I believe he's got everything to stop Joseph Parker because he's stronger and he wants it more. He's on the road right now. You can't. There's nothing can stop him.
And avoid getting caught by heavy punches will be key. He is confident that Parker's ring intelligence and adaptability will allow him to impose his will and frustrate Dubois. Hurd also points out that Parker's conditioning and mental approach could be crucial, as he expects Dubois.
Daniel Dubois aside is the most informed heavyweight in the world. Yeah, both of them in great form, to be fair, yeah.
If anything, I think actually Joseph Parker is in better form than Daniel Dubois, because that spree of fights of Deontay Wilder, Zhilei Zhang.
Yeah, great.
Let's just look at it for what it is.
Yeah.
It's absolutely ridiculous, because Zhilei Zhang was undefeated, in my opinion, until he faced Joseph Parker.
He's becoming a bit of a giant killer, Joseph Parker, really, isn't he?
He really has, and I've got to give
Daniel Dubois go the distance, where Parker's experience and intelligence will give him the upper hand. Initially, Dave Allen favored Parker to win the fight, while he acknowledges the improvements Dubois has made, especially in his technical boxing skills. Allen ultimately believes that Parker's superior boxing ability and ring intelligence will secure him the victory. He argues that, although power is important, it's Parker's strategic thinking and ability to outbox Dubois that will be the deciding factor. Allen believes Dubois will struggle to handle Parker's discipline and intelligence, particularly as the fight enters the later rounds. Carl Froch offers a more balanced view, acknowledging Dubois' strengths, but ultimately favoring Parker due to his adaptability and technical skills. Froch highlights that while Dubois has shown impressive knockout power, Parker has proven his ability to adjust his strategy and frustrate opponents. He emphasizes that Parker's movement and defense will be key in avoiding Dubois' heady punches.
No soft touch here. Joseph Parker's in the form of his life. Andy Lee has been amazing for him. I spoke to Joe on my podcast a couple of days ago, and he is just absolutely bang up for this. He's put a bit of muscle on. He's got George Lockhart with him. He's got Andy Lee. He's got a great team. Obviously one of the nicest people in boxing. Daniel Dubois has got the momentum and the confidence now. It's fantastic being around him. He came back from the holiday in Brazil.
To handle any challenges Parker may pose. While he acknowledges Parker's intelligence and ability to think on his feet, Porter ultimately believes that Dubois' raw power and momentum will carry him to victory.
The champion was going to win the fight between Dubois and Parker, and I'll see what will be next.
Who would you rather fight out of Dubois and Parker?
The winner. So I think Parker will win the fight. I think that's my opinion.
Khan argues that Dubois' physicality and aggressive approach will give him the edge over Parker. However, Khan also recognizes Parker's skill and acknowledges that the fight is not as one-sided as it may seem, noting that Parker could still present a serious challenge. Joe Joyce, who has fought both Dubois and Parker.
Kind of like Joseph's unofficial promoter. He's a mate of mine. I love him, and I think he's going to win.
Been fantastic.
Yeah, I think he's just taking it really seriously. You know, I think all fighters just find that moment where they say, I'm going to work harder, I'm going to be smarter. And Joseph, every time you see him, he looks strong. You know, and he's worked really, really hard. I think, by all accounts, I don't know him, but you know, his strength and conditioning trainer, I think it's George Lockhart. You know, has made a massive difference to his engine. And now I think he's taking it seriously. I think he's in the form of his career, and I think he's got the kind of style.
Seriously underestimated in the lead up to the fight. Coldwell believes Parker has all the tools necessary to outclass Dubois and secure the victory. He highlights Parker's superior technical boxing skills and extensive experience.
It's a really tough fight for Dubois. Not an easy route for anyone in the heavyweight division. This new version of Joseph Parker. The guy's got a very good chin. He's got a great gas tank, good motor. He knows how to fight punchers. He's coming off of two humongous punchers in Wilder and Zhang. Granted, Wilder didn't fight the fight, doesn't look to himself, but Zhang sure did. Zhang dropped him twice. Kind got up and outboxed him. He's a very, very capable guy in there, even a heavyweight. He's a big guy, too. People forget. Yes, he's a technician. Yes, he's kind of crafty and will outmaneuver you. But he's big enough, durable enough to deal with these super heavyweight guys and a big punch like Dubois. Very, very tough fight.
His updated viewpoint highlights the unpredictability of the contest, emphasizing that both fighters possess qualities that could swing the outcome in their favor. Nick Campbell has also
I can see Parker beating him on points. Yeah. But Dubois is getting bigger and stronger all the time. Like Dubois is a different kettle of fish now 2 years ago. So, you know, when it only takes one fight to paint a picture. Like, I used to be known as one of the hardest men in British boxing. I pull out in the corner against Fraser Clark. I'm a quitter on this and that. You know, you go from one of the hardest men in British boxing to a quitter overnight. But I used to look at Dubois and go, he's got a bit of quitting in him. He's a bit chinny out. You know what I mean? Like, he's not anymore, is he? Like, he's walked through Hergo, he's walked through Miller.
Skills and movement could pose problems for him. Malai Nagy notes that if Dubois struggles to adjust to Parker's strategy, he could have difficulty landing his big shots and may find himself on the back foot. This perspective highlights the potential for Parker's intelligence and footwork to frustrate Dubois and prevent him.
He's bigger than Parker, naturally bigger. He punches hard on him, but Parker's on a couple of decent wins. Yeah, beat Zhang, he beat Deontay Wilder. They're good wins in good form. Do you know what I mean? He's looking like he's really getting his second win in his career. So if Dubois can beat Joseph Parker after the wipeout job against AJ, he really has established himself as a bona fide world champion.
Yeah.
So, and it's a fight that will be good because you never know because Parker's got all that. He's got bags.
And over Dubois. Parker heads into the fight on a strong winning streak with recent victories, including notable wins over Deontay Wilder and Guile Zhang.
Anthony Joshua now fighting Joseph Parker within 18 months. He's only 27 years old.
Love it. I love that he's been busy. His fight with Joshua wasn't a big bruiser, so coming back, and especially coming back against Parker is that's a really good fight for him. I think it's a fight that he'll win, but it's a good boxing match. And then like I always say, more than anything, I want to see good boxing matches.
I think that what's been incredible with Daniel was, years ago he got stopped by Joe Joyce. A lot of people labelled him a quitter. Same thing happened in the Usyk fight.
He had to grow up. And listen, this is what we know about heavyweights. They mature later than any other weight class. So he matured a little later, and I think he's grown through some of his growing pains. And the worst thing for a fighter is you see our growing,
giving his career a fresh boost. Lee is quick to emphasize Parker's boxing IQ as his greatest asset, pointing out that it was Parker's cleverness in the ring that allowed him to outsmart the powerful Wilder and outmaneuver Zhang.
I like Dubois, man. Dubois a beast. Honestly, I said that from when he fought against Hergovich. I said that, who is this kid, man? I go, this kid's good. And I remember watching that live, and I like the way he fought and how he puts his punches together and how strong he is, and the way he took those fighters apart. Obviously, he's coming off a great win against Anthony Joshua. He's gonna have more confidence. So I think I got
the current heavyweight champion, Alexander Usyk. Dubois is coming off a career-best victory against Anthony Joshua, where he secured a stunning fifth-round knockout. Despite these impressive accomplishments, Lee remains confident that his fighter's cerebral approach to
I'm excited to see it. Obviously Dubois hits hard. He's come from more, stepped up. But then also Parker as well. They've both come along and they've both been in big fights. So I'm really excited to see who gets the win.
Yeah, they've both been on really good form recently. The past year or two.
Both got different attributes.
Ultimately lead him to victory. Another heavyweight who has sparred with both men, Martin Bieder, shares a similar view, offering his perspective on why Parker is a dangerous opponent for Dubois. Having faced both fighters in training.
To be honest about it, listen, Joe's a really good friend of mine, but if I want to be impartial, I want to pass comment on things, and I want to, I need to be honest about it. It is a 50-50 fight. I think you look at both guys' momentum, like you just said, Dubois has been unbelievable in his last 3 fights, 3 big wins. You look at Joe, his last 2 fights, especially Wilder and Zhang, 2 unbelievable wins, 2 great performances. I think if you look at both fighters, they're both pretty opposing characters, pretty polar opposite really in their personality.